You wonder why people cry for the police. All cops are bastards, no justice, no peace. Well, people are tired, can't get no relief. They ain't safe in their beds, ain't safe in their streets. Ain't safe in their beds, ain't safe in their streets. Come out from the dumpsters that he hid between. Ran for his life, but he died on the scene. They fired 5 rounds like it was routine. Yeah, Ryan Hinton was only 18. Yeah, Ryan Hinton was only 18. Brianna was killed at home in her bed. Toledo's hands were above his head. I can't breathe, the last words Garner said. And they knelt on Floyd's neck until he was dead. They knelt on Floyd's neck until he was dead. The list is too long, if only one name, but it runs on and on through America's veins. Can't make no excuse, don't try to explain. We all know the power you kill to maintain. We all know the power you kill to maintain. To kill with impunity isn't that odd in a nation where murder has been outlawed. A badge and a gun doesn't make you a god. The system is rigged, it isn't just flawed. The system is rigged, it isn't just flawed. Wonder why people cry for the police. Well, all cops are bastards, no justice, no peace. People are tired, can't get no relief. They ain't safe in their beds, ain't safe in their streets. Ain't safe in their beds, ain't safe in their streets. Ain't safe till they're dead. So holy.
This is Jordan Smart, and he is an artist that I am imploring this community to listen to.
Her silhouette against the fire, she's lucky she survived. Though her mother and 6 siblings have all been unalived. And now she faces every day without them by her side. Say, would you rather carry on or get off of the ride? Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, Boeing, all rejoicing in the sound of human suffering. The tears of the ambassador are not enough to stop the cruel and greedy bastards whose bombs the drones will drop. The last bottle of breast milk held in the doctor's hand. Consider it a miracle that she can even stand. After several children arrived to her all charred, her son, the sole survivor, is now forever scarred. Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, Boeing, all rejoicing in the sound of human suffering. 800 shipments ain't enough, they'll always demand more. To deliver flames and hunger, the human cost of war. And all the bums in Washington, whose hands all must be tied, they repeat their empty chorus, it isn't genocide. Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon, Boeing, all rejoicing in the sound of human suffering.
In a time where so many look away from everything that is happening.
If Jesus Christ came back today like he threatened he will, which poor group of people do you think that he would kill? Who would Jesus choose to starve if you gave him a chance? And if there was a genocide, would he take a neutral stance? Who would Jesus bomb? Tell me, who would Jesus bomb? Would it be kids in Palestine, or how about Vietnam? Would Jesus bomb the atheists, the Muslims, or the Jews? I want you to ask yourself, what would Jesus do? Would he say it's complicated and there's sinners on all sides? Or would he say that some people, they just deserve to die? If Christ the Savior rose again, then on a sidewalk slept, would you extend a hand to him or just watch where you stepped? Who would Jesus bomb? Tell me, who would Jesus bomb? Would it be kids in Palestine or how about Vietnam? Would Jesus bomb the atheists, the Muslims, or the Jews? I want you to ask yourself, well, what would Jesus do? Would Jesus hate the gay folks or the queer folks or the trans? Would he suggest they end their lives according to God's plans? Would Jesus tell a homeless man to get a job, then turn his back on the poor? Would Jesus be a snob? Who would Jesus bomb? Tell me, who would Jesus bomb? Would Jesus build a border wall? Would Jesus drive a tank? Would Jesus own an arsenal? Would Jesus run a bank? Would Jesus feel safe in his skin if he came to your town? Or would you still believe in Jesus if you found out he was brown?
This man is bravely writing lyrics that goes back to the roots of the genre.
I could never be a Nazi, but I bet my neighbors could. They're the type who think they run the entire neighborhood. Expect a good life handed to them on a silver platter and then turn around and tell us their lives matter? Have you seen the crap they teach their youth? The fake news lies they call the truth, expect us all to sit in silence and then wonder why we call for violence? Nah, I could never be a Nazi because I embrace our tradition. But these radicals, man, they go on about abolition. If you think you could live in a world without prisons or cops, this country would last a decade tops. And all the people who whine about justice, let's just deport them all, load them all on the buses. Because if you don't love this country and you ain't willing to fight, then you don't get to talk to me about your God-given rights, because God cast you out. Guess you missed Sunday's sermon, and there's no room in heaven for your kind, filthy vermin. No, I could never be a Nazi, because I hate all tyranny. I won't put up with government controlling any part of me, and I don't care what science says about your identity. I refuse to expose my child to that woke obscenity. We need to exterminate the trans ideology and make sure our textbooks teach true biology. And if people want to stay in school or play sports, then they're going to have to prove what they've got in their shorts. Because I'd rather go to prison than have my kid share a bathroom with a chick, especially an ugly one that probably has a... I could never be a Nazi. See, I'm not that sadistic. I'm willing to bet most of them were some sort of autistic, which would make sense since we've seen this sudden resurgence of this terrible sickness called neurodivergence. Yeah, it's a shame, it really is. I mean, it completely ruined one of my brother's kids. Before they had him, they lived so happily, and now their whole lives have changed. It's a serious tragedy. From what I understand, it can't be treated, so I'm seriously hoping that RFK can defeat it. Seems to be spreading like the common cough. Without it, society would be so much better off. I could never be a Nazi because I love Jewish folks too much. And since October 7th, the whole world seems out of touch. See, I thought after World War II, we all said never again. But here we are in 2025, and they're trying to destroy my friends. I'm sick of hearing about Gaza. Level it for all I care. In my opinion, the chosen ones are who deserve to live there. And if that means civilian casualties, well, that's the cost of war. But after this one is over, there'll be peace from the river to the shore. Those terrorists who live there, it's sad they're born that way, yeah, but once they've all been dealt with, we'll put the bombs away. What else are we supposed to do? Just let those monsters live? Let them get away with genocide? And their trespasses forgive? I don't think so. It's not going to happen. I think they deserve to die. No, I could never be a Nazi. I think you know why.
Please do follow Jordan on TikTok and Instagram. Lend him your support. His lyrics are as important as ever. To give you an idea even more of the character he has, he would post on Instagram this: if seeing property damage, upsets you more than seeing a mother ripped away from her children, you might be a fascist. If people protesting G-side upsets you more than the intentional starvation and bombing of children and innocent people, you might be a fascist. If you seeing people celebrate their cultural sexual, racial identity upsets you more than the hate crimes regularly committed against those people, you might be a fascist. He has my support. I hope he has yours. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.